What if I told you a hacker could be inside your network right now and you would have no idea? Because a breach doesn't always mean alarms go off. In fact, most breaches go undetected for weeks, sometimes months. And by the time you realize what's happened, it's not just a breach anymore. It's a theft, it's a compromise, it's loss. Hi, I'm Ruston Miles, founder of Bluefin. Today I want to break down a few cybersecurity terms that often get used interchangeably, but actually mean very different things. Data breach versus data compromise versus data theft. A data breach is when a hacker gains unauthorized access to your systems. They've gotten in, but they haven't necessarily taken anything yet. Data theft, on the other hand, means they've actually extracted your sensitive data, including customer information, internal files, and financial records. And data compromise? That's when stolen data is exposed, sold, or used maliciously, causing real damage to your business and to your customers. It's important to understand this progression because any company can be breached, but not every breach has to lead to theft, and not every theft has to lead to a compromise. The truth is, we've seen companies with strong firewalls, great password policies, even multi-factor authentication that still get breached. Hackers are persistent, and eventually most digital walls have cracks. That's why we focus so much on a concept called data devaluation. One of the best ways to devalue your data is through encryption and tokenization. Encryption turns sensitive payment information into unreadable code that can only be unlocked with a secure key. Tokenization, on the other hand, replaces that data entirely with random, meaningless strings, a token, that has no connection to the original data and can't be reverse engineered. So even if a hacker breaches your systems, what they find is either encrypted data or tokens that are completely useless without access to the system behind them. We're not saying ignore prevention. You should absolutely train your employees to spot phishing attempts, use multi-factor authentication, lock down access points, but organizations also need to plan for the inevitable breach and make sure that when it happens, the data isn't worth stealing. And with regulations tightening in the US and Europe, we're seeing even greater risks, not just for payment data, but for any personally identifiable information. At Bluefin, we believe the future of sensitive data protection isn't just about keeping hackers out. It's about making sure that even if they get in, they walk away with nothing of value. Make sure to follow Bluefin on LinkedIn and YouTube for more cybersecurity breach and sensitive data security insights. Thanks for watching and have a great day.